There was recently this whole debate on TV, which was about him crying like a crybaby and stuff like that. And the strange part is, at least to my knowledge, what I followed, because I don't follow too much of news anymore. I realized that they were giving us this thing about him crying and stuff, and they were showing us Elon Musk and other people on stage and in an interview and everything, but they never really showed us him sobbing and stuff like that, and him crying. And when I put myself in his shoes, I think of him in another light. I see that if I was passionate about a cause, or if I had a vision and there had certain things which had been happening with me and they're going terribly wrong, and they're not in control, and there are people who are associated with it. They are business revenues, or they are business plans, or they are basically salaries of people and other global plans which are going in for a toss. And obviously, I mean, the riches of the guy is allowed to cry, right? I mean, we're all humans, and we shouldn't be forgetting that in this whole debate or outlook of making a change or impacting the world through our multiplanetary outlooks and stuff. We look down on such people. I mean, they've made a commendable change. There's so many great initiatives he's brought into light and stuff, and the whole world is talking about it when it comes to cars, when it comes to space, and stuff like that. So I don't really understand why people would share so much of negative about him and mock him and stuff. And as I read this book, which is a book on strategy, which is one of my favorite subjects. And this is about how strategy really works, and it's from some international management people, and it's a Wall Street Journal bestseller, and they have some very interesting insights and stuff. And personally, professionally feel that when we're talking about mergers and acquisitions and stuff like that, or layoffs, it doesn't necessarily mean things are going wrong, especially with brands or with personalities who've been there for a long time. It doesn't necessarily mean that things are going wrong. I mean, in Indian context or in other countries' context, where if the brand is too young and it's recently been in the market and stuff, and then shit happens or things go wrong, it's understandable that probably there's something not right about the strategy. And if they're laying off people too quickly, they're obviously playing with the lives of a lot of people and stuff. But when it comes to influential people, and when it comes to brands and innovative and leaders like Elon Musk, then we have to believe, and we have to understand that mergers and acquisitions actually mean in a positive way. And the word collaboration means collaboration, which is basically working together. And when anybody or everybody, including an Elon Musk or people in certain management roles, are not able to find solutions, the most viable and the most apt and the practical way of going forward is to find people who kind of echo his vision and innovation ideas, and they take the brand forward and stuff. And now we read that the CEOs also left, and she found it difficult to work with him. So if you go through the entire event and her journey and stuff, you realize that there were differences of opinion and stuff like that. And this is pretty usual in strategy, that fallouts happen. And I don't think the world needs to rave and talk so much about it. But coming back to the point of Indian brands, there was a brand which is the PNG brand, and the PNG strategy is one of the best strategies, because they had so many products coming before us, and they explored a huge plethora of opportunities, and they had international companies interested, and they were doing a lot of stuff for the market, and they build brands, and they kind of build businesses, and they shook up the market with their advertising and branding and stuff like that. So when you go through the journey, you realize that the CEO of a brand of such a level is also sharing the same point, that when you do not have external advisors and counselors coming in to help you to sustain all your important external focus, then what is important is to have new people on board. And the new people or board of directors or management people are basically the most important resource on this front, especially when there is a change happening and there is a strategy shaping up and stuff. And then he says the collective judgment and collective intellect and mindset basically helps in bringing experiences and perspectives from inside and outside. And this is where a certain level of objectivity and a certain level of value is added. And I agree with this because I've seen so many brands in the world of branding, in the world of communication, in my experience of PR and events. And in retail, specifically, when we were launching certain